It is almost 2 o'clock. Hey, let's see if I can get myself in order over here. Oh no, it doesn't show I'm going live yet. Does it work? It says I'm live. Oh, pickles. One day I will have this just, good and ready to go. There I am. Hey. What's up, guys? So one thing I've learned before you do any live or social media of any sorts, do not scroll on social media. I went down a whole rabbit hole. So there's a new Survivor movie or show. I think they're on Survivor 48, I think. And it just did like the premiere, obviously, because that's all that my feed was. And there's like this whole like, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's an emotional scene of whatnot, and of course I'm like bawling over here, and then I gotta do this live now. Both kiddos are napping, so here we are. So let's see if I can move me maybe this way a little bit, like that. I'll say hello to the chat, and I'm gonna try to stay on longer. I don't know how much longer though, because there's only so much that I can just, chat to myself with. But today I was working and hoping to do multiplying with decimals. That is another one of the top most clicked in my channel right now. So I thought we can just review some of those. Multiplying with decimals is definitely a lot of fun. It's a lot simpler than one may think sometimes. I know when you're doing decimals with like addition, subtraction, and even division, they work a little bit different for all of those little pieces, but with multiplication you can kind of almost do the exact what you should for multiplying, and then the decimal place over is pretty simple once you learn it on how to do it. So we are going to start simple with multiplying with decimals. I'm going to go ahead and remove my title. Anybody got any plans for the weekend? I don't know how these lives work. Do we chat? Do we talk? Do I just do it? I don't know. But both kids are napping, so 2 thumbs up there. Working on my weekly vlog, so that should be awesome too. Should go out by sometime tomorrow, but we'll see how that goes. All right, so multiplying with decimals. Good one to start off with is something simple, so we can just do 6.5 times 4. So whenever you see a decimal, don't let it scare you right away. Just do your normal multiplying, and then we'll kind of go from there. So you'll do your 4 times 5, which is 20, and carry the 2, and then your 4 times 6, which is going to be your 24, add the 2 more, and then you're going to get 26. So you still got to add your decimal to your answer. You can't just forget about it. What you like to do is see how many, so anytime there's a whole number, sorry, I'm kind of going all over the place. Anytime there's just a whole number like 9, there's always going to be an indivisible decimal there, and then zeros that can carry on for eternity. So just know that no matter what, there's a decimal here already, and then you have your decimal here. So you want to start on your outer and count how many spaces in until we hit our decimal places from our whole number. So from here, if we hop in 1, it takes us 1 space to the left. This one has 0. So if we were to add those both up, we're going to move over 1 space. So down here at our answer, we have our invisible decimal already there at the end of our whole number. We're going to hop over left 1 time. And now our new answer will be 26. Or if you want to keep the decimals in, or if your teacher likes the decimals to still stay, 26.0 is still a correct answer. So you can do either or. They both mean the same thing. Just adding the 0 at the end. Cool? All right. Let's go ahead and do another one. something a little bit more complicated. Let's do 6.46 times 4.0. So we have a few more decimals going on here. With the 0 at the end, we can't just ignore it and just go to the 4 and start writing our multiplication out. If you want, I do have a tutorial on how to just do multiplying, but we are going to go ahead and leave our 0 there. And now we'll go ahead and multiply the rest of the problem. So now we have 4 times 6, which is 24. 4 times 4, which is 16, plus 2 more, so you have 18. And then 4 times 6, which is 24 again, plus 1 more, which is 25. So that's our answer currently, but we got to figure out our decimals. So like I said the first time, we're going to see from our whole number how many spaces in does it get to our decimal. So for the top number, it takes us 2 hops to get over there. From this number, it takes us a total of 1 hop to get over there. We're going to add the hops all together, so we have 3 total. So now we're going to come down to our answer. Remember, the decimal is always at the end of the whole number. And we are going to go over 3 spots to the left. So we go over 1, 2, 3 spots to the left. So now our answer is going to be 25.840. It's pretty cool. Yeah? Let's do a few more. Kind of get used to it, get things going. I could always do lives too, just to talk about homeschool, just in general. If people have questions about homeschooling, I think that would be a fun live, actually. I think I'd have a lot of fun with that. Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow's a busy day. Tomorrow's Friday, which normally it's a hit or miss on homeschooling. Sorry if I'm going all over the place. I'm just trying to figure this live out. I feel like give me a month or less, we'll have this in routine somehow. But for homeschooling, I think it'd be cool. Wow, scratch that. For homeschool, normally on Fridays, it's kind of a hit or a miss if we do schooling. We definitely do it 4 days a week. Fridays is normally either maybe a project day, a makeup day. If they really want to, a lot of times my kiddos are like, we want to do preschool, so we'll whip something together. And then Friday is usually a day where I get things done that it's outside of the house. So I have like a doctor's appointment. My dog has his like normal just doctor's appointment year round. And then I feel like there's one other thing too. But anyway, Fridays is just things that we are, out and about. But that would be a cool live, just again, talking out loud and talk about homeschool. I love talking about homeschool. I am fresh to it. It's new to me, so it's like awesome right now. And I've always wanted to do it. I have a teaching background, so I think that really helps a lot because I just always had the passion to teach. That's why I'm still wanting to do tutoring and all that outside of here because my kiddos are only 4 and 2. So we're in just the preschool kindergarten era. But this will be our first year actually buying kindergarten curriculum through an actual company as opposed to now I'm making it up as I go. There's not really requirements for preschool. There's just kind of guidelines on what you should know about kindergarten. And then I make sure I just kind of throw in every subject and something play. So whether it's math, always math, reading, writing. And then we always will throw in like a cool science project, something maybe with history. We work on the solar system, so space, colors, all that kind of intertwine together, which is pretty cool. So if you have thoughts on that, we will save that for another day. Anyway, moving on, let's do another problem. See if you can do this one before I finish. Let's do 14.56 times 2.8 and solve, okay? So, I didn't run my microphone, so hopefully this one works pretty well. Again, we're just gonna solve the problem and then we'll kind of go from there. So we know that 8 times 6 is 4, 48. 8 times 5 is 40 plus 4 more, so you have 44. 8 times 4 is 32 plus 4 more, 36. Am I going on track here? And then 8 times 1 is 8, plus 3 more is 11. Remember, we always drop our 0 for our ones place, because now we're working with our tens. So 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 1 more is 11. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 more is 9. 2 times 1 is 2. And then from here, we add everything down from right to left. So we have 8, 6, 7, 10, 2, 3, and 4. So that looks like a pretty big number right now, but again, we have decimals. So we're going to go back up and see, once again, starting at the end of the number, counting how many in for each decimal. So we have 1, 2, 2 spaces there, 1 space there, so 3 spaces total. So down on our answer, we go in 1, 2, 3. That's where our decimal is going to be. For teachers and for school, it's always nice to then you rewrite it. So our answer is 40.768. And that's your answer. Pretty cool, huh? All right, so let's go ahead and do another one. Let's see. I got my little cheat sheet as always. Okay, so this one I found somebody had asked me is kind of, it looks trickier, but 3.25 times 0.1. So for some reason, for kiddos, the 0 kind of throws them off. I just always say, if you're watching as a kid learning as well, just ignore the 0, solve it like a normal problem, and then we'll work with the decimal from there. So if we are working with it, let's go ahead and solve. So we do have 5 times 1 is 5, 2 times 1 is 2, and 3 times 1 is 3. So we're gonna figure out our answer. We're not gonna do anything with our extra 0 there, but we are gonna go ahead and count our decimals over. So we are gonna go 1, 2. So this one, that's why we need to see how many for decimal 1 and 3. So for our answer, we're gonna go over 1, 2, 3. So there are 2 different ways you can write this. I'm sure, I don't know, some teachers would like it one way with the 0, adding a 0 at the front. So then you can clearly see that it's 0.325, or it is okay as long as you can see the decimal as 325, like that. So either or is a good answer. That is the correct answer for this problem though. Cool? All right, now let's solve for another one. Let's see. This should have enough in here. I kind of jumped all over the place. We can do, all right, let's do 47. I could just make them up as I go. I should probably just do that. 47.2 times 6.8 and solve from there. Let's see what we can get. So again, you can solve before myself. Go ahead and solve. We're going to start with our ones and work our way over. So 8 times 2 is 16. Then we have 8 times 7. I was going to say something, but I forgot. Anyway, 8 times 7 is 56, plus 1 more is 57. Then 8 times 4 is 32, plus 5 more. So we have 37. Okay, then we want to put in our 0 to fill in our 1 spot. And let's move to our tens. So 6 times 2 is 12. 7 times 6 is 42, plus 1 more, so 43. Let me know if I'm wrong. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 4 more is 48. And then we shall add from there. Are we on the right track here? We are not. Why are we in a different 24, 25, 26, 27, 28? Because it's 28, not 48. See? Brain goes why? So that is 28. It's always great to check your work. You could always double check your work, 28, 3, with a calculator at the very end, but I would not highly suggest it before. Please go back to your room and go do quiet time, please. Thank you. One's up already.
Mama, I need the marbles in the marble set.
Where are they?
They're out here.
Oh.
I moved them out here. Remember that?
I do. Well, you can do grab your marbles and do quiet time because brother fell asleep later than you, so he's now sleeping. Okay?
Okay, so I just go and get the marbles in the set and back to my room.
Yeah, just for a little bit. Thank you. He does a great job scaring me too. Alright, so from here we're going to just add straight across. So 6 plus 0 is 6, 7 plus 2 is 9, 7 plus 3 is 10, 8 plus 3 is 11, plus 1 more is 12, and 3. We are looking okay. So that is not our answer. We still have one more step that we need to do, and that is to take our decimal and see how many places over it does to take for our decimal spots. So for the first one, we go over 1. For the second one, we go over 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. From the bottom down here, we're going to go over 1 and 2. So our answer is going to be 320 and 96 hundredths. Cool? Well, that was kind of fun. Well, I don't know. One of my childs is up right now, so we may have to call it quits soon. I was hoping to start doing these lives a little bit longer, or just kind of stay in the chat for a little while and just see how everyone's doing. But I might stop this one, that way I can upload as far as going over with decimals, and then we'll go from there. So thank you for joining, or if you're watching this, hopefully this helps with anything, with your homework, with your test coming up, for teachers, students, parents. But as always, have a great day. Thanks, guys.